Jordan Davis getting into the backfield is something we're going to see. He didn't really get credit for this play, but this is a stone cold play that we're going to see a lot this Eagles season where he's not going to get the sack. He's not going to get the tackle for loss, but the dude is going to blow up plays in the backfield on a regular basis. And my man, Nakobe Dean, flying in and getting that, tackle for no gain. Lead us off, Ty. Like, what did you see out of Jordan Davis here?
I mean, so if you listen to 610 or any of the Philadelphia Sports Talk, John Clark was on this week talking about training camp, and what kind of like stood out to me was him talking about when guys are double teaming him in camp. You can't tell if you're standing behind the defensive line. He is so big, you cannot tell who the double team is. Like, because you know who's on the offensive line, but like just looking behind, you can't see their numbers. He's that big. The penetration and speed that this kid has on first and second down is something that we have not seen since Jerome Brown. Period. Like,
that's a hell of a statement.
I am old enough to say that. Right? I mean, my dad and I were on the phone talking today during the game, and I said to him, I'm like, Dad, I was really young, but that looks a whole lot like Jerome. And he just went, goddamn, son, you are right. And he does. He eats up a lot of space. Now, I don't think the conditioning's great. I think that he can be in better shape. But there were a couple of times today where he just dominated who was in front of him.
Yeah.
Specifically the play you showed there. And then love that Nakobe Dean came in and made the play behind him.
Georgia, baby.
Yep.
I think it was going up against a lot of Connor McGovern. There was a left guard there that I'm not honestly sure who that was for the New York Jets. But there was more than this play in this game. There was way more than this play in this game where Jordan Davis was routinely blowing up guys. There was one play, where the play where Zach Wilson tore his ACL, I believe, blew up the play on the line and chased him down a little bit. What's that?
Is that what that injury is being?
Yeah, he tore it.
So I was so back and forth between the Phillies and the Eagles. I never heard the report come out about Zach Wilson. That's a shame.
Yeah. Punish Ahab. So Ahab says his speed for Jordan Davis is absolutely terrific. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, and listen, his strength, I keyed on him on quite a few plays and like, look, Dive, you'll be proud of me. I actually had a notebook out and took notes watching this game.
Get the hell out of here.
But I keyed on him in a couple plays, and like you said, they're not going to show up on the stat sheet, but just watching his penetration, getting into the backfield, and a couple times, where his speed, he would beat the block, and then he would still be downfield and being the guy to touch. And I think it was on the play that Ty was just talking about that he actually touches Zach Wilson down, and he was all the way in the backfield and had to come around. I mean, look, yeah, I understand that he's got to get more in shape, but as far as his motor and his hustle, he's got it. I mean, he does. He just has it. And, Ross Tucker made a great comment during the game. He said, man, if the linebackers are getting to see the backfield that clearly this year, watch out. And you saw it not only when he was in there, but with the other defensive tackles, because you saw Kaiser White come up. You saw TJ Edwards hit the gap. Nakobe Dean, I feel like Nakobe Dean was around the ball the entire time he was in the game, whether it was outside, inside, whatever. I mentioned it before we came on air, and I just want to say it again. Watching the way the linebackers, and I'm calling it hunting, because it was like they were on the hunt tonight from the very first play, creating havoc, filling the gaps. You couldn't run on that first or second team with those linebackers back there. And, I know we've had Trout in the past, but I mean, maybe since that early 91 defense, and a lot of people put up there in one of the top 5, 10 defenses of all time, have we had that many linebackers that are just ball seekers, and they're going to come up and try to lay the wood. And I'm telling you, I had so much fun for, 3, 4, 5 series, whatever it was, watching the linebackers create havoc for an Eagles defense tonight.
Rob, first defensive series, you had TJ Edwards step up with Brandon Graham, no gain. Great play. Second play, Kaiser White picks off a pass.
Yeah.
You had back-to-back plays from Eagles linebackers. When does that happen? That's not supposed to happen.
I didn't know how to react, and I mean, and that's just like, and that's in a vanilla set, right? Like they really ran a 4-3, and they were just run like the only different. Like Hassan Reddick would like come inside the D end and rush on passing downs, but you know that there's going to be hybrid sets where the Kobe Dean's out there with Hassan Reddick and Kaiser White and TJ Edwards, and it's like, holy shit! Like I really don't know how to respond to it.
I gotta comment on this. I said it before we came on. I was a huge Gannon naysayer last year. The first two series specifically, the defense, and obviously it was very vanilla, but just the defense itself was more fun to watch flow. But also, I want to think about the fact that you can put Nate Davis in the middle now, right? You can put Fletcher Cox and Hargrave on the outside on rundowns. So you have Nate Davis in the middle, Cox, Hargrave on the outside, Kobe Dean and Edwards in the middle, Reddick on the outside, and then you can play Brandon Graham on the other outside if you really wanted to, who looked really, really quick tonight after an Achilles surgery.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you're like you were saying, the hybrids that you can run with this personnel is stupid. Like sitting there, like thinking about my Madden lineup, you know, like just like oh my god, you know, it's awesome. It's really awesome.
It's a lot of fun to think about what Gannon can do with so much better personnel at his disposal in 2022. Punish Ahab says, just by this game, the night and day difference at linebacker is insane. And that was one of the things we've been raving about all off season. To finally see it in motion is something wild. It's something wild, especially when you consider like Nate Gary's out there playing for the Washington Commanders right now. Like it's pretty freaking wild to think about.
Why are the Commanders
I want to know where the Alex Singleton should be the all-time starting linebacker for the Eagles people are at right now.